Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Coral Seymour Memorial Park here in sunny Kenai, Alaska for this fifth and final game of this five-game home stretch, or away stretch, I should say, excuse me, between the Kenai Peninsula Oilers and your Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. So as the teams warm up here, let me set the defense and lineup for the Oilers. Leading off at third base is number 14, Cole Moore. At shortstop, number 24, Trevor Antonsen. At second base, batting third, number 7, John Olmsted. In left, in the cleanup spot for the Oilers, number 18, Garrett Pennington. In center field, number 9, Dylan Ditzenberger. At first, in the sixth hole, number 21, Bryce Marsh. And right field, once again, after having yesterday off, number 22, Andrew Soika. Behind the plate for the Oilers is number 23, Grant Rosema. And the designated hitter tonight, rounding out the lineup, is number 11, Owen Christie. And pitching for the Oilers tonight is number 3, Mason Posey. And then let me set the Chinooks lineup for you. Leading off, once again, for the Chinooks, as he has started to make a habit of, is number 15, John Mark Mullins, the shortstop. In the two-hole is the left fielder, number 12, Hayden Keller. At first, batting third, number 35, Josh Sheck. In the cleanup spot, the designated hitter, Johnny Graham. In center field, once again, is number 25, Colby Ferris. At third base, number 8, Joe Brazil. At second base, batting seventh, number 5, Patty McCormick. In the 8-hole, the catcher, number 55, Joe Keel. And rounding out the lineup for the Chinooks is number 24, Leo Harris in right field. And on the mound for the Chinooks, who is currently tied for the league lead in wins, is number 11, Zach Sundine. As that pitch is taken outside by John Mark Mullins. So 1-1 now to Mullins to lead this game off. So he swings and taps that one. Looked like off his foot maybe, but he seems to be just fine. So the 1-2. Check swing, and no, he did not. So 2-2 now to Mullins. On the appeal down to the third base umpire, so he stays alive and the count moves to 2-2. As that one is tapped foul. Good job there from Mullins to spoil that pitch and stay alive. As that one is fouled straight back. And the count remains 2-2. So the 2-2 to Mullins once again. Swung on and missed. So Mullins goes down on strikes for the first out of the ball game here in Game 5 of this series between the Oilers and Chinooks. That brings up left fielder Hayden Keller for the Chinooks. As that one is on the outside corner for called strike one. So the Oilers taking the first three games of this series. That one is ripped into right field, and coming on to make the play is Soika, and he makes a shoestring grab. A great play. Looked like he got kind of a late read on it, but comes in to make the play for the second out of the inning. So as I was saying, the Oilers they took the first two in convincing fashion. And the third game of the series came down to final out. It was turned into a nail biter. So that one is downstairs for ball one. But the Oilers took game three as well by a score of 10-9. As the 1-0 is a breaking ball in there for called strike one. But then the Chinooks bounced back last night and won handedly by a score of 15-7. As another breaking ball in there for called strike two. So the Chinooks looking to continue that momentum from yesterday and see if they can end this little road trip with a win, as that one is in there for called strike three. So the Chinooks go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the first. And so Zach Sundine, as I said, the league leader in wins right now, will come out and look to shut down the Oilers here. And we are back here in the bottom of the first as Zach Sundine takes the mound for the Chinooks. And leading off for the Oilers is the third baseman, number 14, Cole Moore. And I have been informed by the Chinooks dugout that the original lineup had one little mistake on it. Hayden Keller is actually starting at the designated hitter, as that one is tapped over to second base. Patty McCormick comes on and flips over to Josh Scheck for the first out of the inning. But as I was saying, Hayden Keller is actually the designated hitter tonight, meaning that Johnny Graham is actually starting in left field. So that brings up Trevor Antonsen. As first pitch to him is in there for called strike one. And Zach Sundine working very quickly as he likes to do. And another breaking ball swung on and missed. So 0-2 here to Antonsen. As that one is swung on and missed. So 1-2-3 goes Antonsen down on strikes. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Johnny Olmstead, who has been hot this week, to say the least. As that's in there for called strike one. But Olmstead, over the course of this week, has jumped into second place in the RBI leaders around the ABL, trailing only Biacchero from the Bucks. As the 0-2 pitch from Sundine swung on and tapped softly down the third baseline as it rolls foul. And Olmstead stays alive, and the count remains at 0-2. So the 0-2 pitch, once again from Sundine, swung on and tapped again softly down the third baseline as it dribbles foul. So Olmstead stays alive. So Zach Sundine doing a great job here of pounding the strike zone and working quickly. That one is flown high and out of play.
Ball brought to you by Bill Parker.
Down the third base, or the first base line, excuse me. So the 2-0 in the dirt for ball one. So a good eye there from Johnny Olmstead. And a good at bat now, as this will be the seventh pitch of the at bat. And that one is tapped foul straight behind the catcher. And so Olmstead staying alive once again, and he fouls off and spoils the breaking ball there from Sundine. So the 1-2 once again. Swung on and tapped over to second. McCrimmon over, backhands it, and fires on to first for the third out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for the Chinooks here, as they look to get their bats going here in the top of the second inning. And we are back here in the top of the second as Big Johnny Graham steps up to the plate for the Chinooks and takes that breaking ball outside for ball one. So, as I said, Graham actually starting in left field tonight. And that means Hayden Keller will move to the DH. So that one is tapped high out to the right fielder as Soika floats under it to make the catch for the first out of the inning. And so that'll bring up the center fielder now, Colby Ferris, who for a majority of the season thus far has played right field. So that one is flown high and foul down the first base line. But Will Batts has been out the previous few days. And a breaking ball in there for called strike two. But Batts out with a knee injury, as I believe he was struck in the knee with a ball. And that one upstairs for ball one. So he's had the past few days off, and so Colby Ferris has slid over to center field in the absence of Will Batts. So that one is driven into left center, and it'll get down for a base hit as the center fielder Ditzenberger, kind of an awkward hop there to snag it as it almost gets by him, but a single for Colby Ferris with one out here in the top of the second inning. And so that'll bring up the third baseman, Joe Brazil. As that breaking ball catches the inside corner for called strike one. And that one well upstairs as Rosema had to extend and stand up to catch it. So 1-1 now to Brazil as Colby Ferris takes his lead at first. And a big swing and a miss there from Joe Brazil. So 1-2 now to Joe Brazil. As that one misses upstairs once again. So the count moves even to 2-2. So the 2-2 pitch from Posey. Ooh, high and inside as Brazil leans back and avoids it as the count moves full. As that 3-2 pitch is ripped down the third base line, but just a couple feet foul. As Moore reaches out and grabs it. So the count will remain full to Joe Brazil. And another big swing and a miss there. So Brazil goes down on strikes. As Mason Posey now with 3 strikeouts to start this game off for the Oilers. And so 2 outs now and a runner on first. That brings up Patty McCormick as that one misses upstairs for ball one. As Colby Ferris takes off for second. He got a good jump and the throw a bit off the mark, and so Colby Ferris steals second. So a runner in scoring position now for Patty McCormick with a good hitter's count of 2-0. So that one is swung on and popped very high into shallow center field, and the shortstop, and Townsend settles under it to make the play, and the side is retired for the Chinooks. So the 1-out single from Colby Ferris results in nothing for the Chinooks, and so we will see Zach Sundine back out, looking to hold this score tied in the bottom of the second here. And we are back here in the bottom of the second as Garrett Pennington, the left fielder, leads off for the Oilers. And coming in tonight, he leads the Oilers in batting average with .341 batting average, and also in home runs with 4. So certainly one of the hotter hitters for the Oilers, as that one is tapped softly over to Sheck at first base as he fields it cleanly and jogs over to the bag for the first out of the inning.
Center fielder, number 9, Dylan Ditzenberger.
And that'll bring up the center fielder, Dylan Ditzenberger. We have one out here. And a breaking ball in there for called strike 1 from Sundine. So Sundine working very quickly, as he usually does. That one is swung on and missed for strike 2. So that one is tapped over by first base, but foul. So Ditzenberger stays alive, and the count remains 2-0. As that one is upstairs. And that breaking ball misses outside, so count even now at 2-2. As that one is tap just foul and rolls back behind the catcher. Good job there from Ditzenberger to spoil that pitch from Sundine. As that one is tapped over to second base. Patty McCormick ranging. He dives and fires it over to first. A great play from McCormick, but having to range over to his right. Not able to get the throw over in time. So that'll be an infield single for Dylan Ditzenberger.
Number 21, Bryce Marsh.
That brings up the first baseman, Bryce Marsh. There's one out here. As that pitch misses just outside for ball one. So I want to thank you all once again for joining me here tonight in what may be my last game as the broadcaster. As a good stop there from Joe Keel, as Ditzenberger was looking to go to second on the ball in the dirt, but Joe Keel jumps all over it and is able to look the runner back. So count 2-0 now to Marsh as that one misses outside. And so 3-0 now to Bryce Marsh. And that one's in there for a called strike one. So good bounce back from Sundine as he looks to fight back in this at bat. So the 3-1 to Marsh. Just misses outside, so one out walk has runners on first and second with the right fielder, Andrew Soika, coming up to the plate. As Joe Keel goes out to talk over things with Sundine. Discuss signs maybe, but as I was saying, I want to thank you all for joining me here tonight. I hope you have enjoyed this week of me calling these games, as this might be my last game, as my partner Tyler Lopes will be back. He may or may not be back in time for our next game on I believe Monday. So he might have one more game with me, as that one is outside for ball one. But nevertheless, I really appreciate you all listening in, and I hope you have enjoyed it. So the one and known here to Soika. In there and flown high into right center field. Colby Ferris settles under it and makes the play as a runner tagging. And Colby Ferris fires it to third, but not in time. So a fly out from Andrew Soika moves Dylan Ditzenberger over to third. So with two outs now, and runners on the corners.
Now batting for the Oilers, number 23.
That brings up Grant Rusma. So Sundine once again in a jam here early, but as we've seen from him and his whole pitching staff, they've been able to work out of jams very well, as that one runs in and hits Rosema. So the base is now loaded for Owen Christie, the designated hitter. So Owen Christie now. That one is swung on and missed. Good pitch from Sundine, who's looking to work out of this early jam here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. That one is ripped and off the glove of Mullins, so it'll get into center field for a base hit. The waving Marsh home, and he will come in to score. So a 2-out, 2 RBI single for Owen Christie has the Oilers on the board. And so that'll bring up Cole Moore.
Third baseman, number 14, Cole Moore.
With 2 outs and runners on first and second now. And the first pitch, a bunt from Moore.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And he will beat it out as Joe Brazil fakes the throw and looks to tag the runner at third, but nothing doing. So Cole Moore with a bunt for a hit here in the second inning. So bases loaded once again.
Now batting the shortstop, number 24, Trevor Antonsen.
That brings up Trevor Antonsen with 2 outs now and bases loaded once again for Zach Sundine. As that breaking ball is in the dirt for ball 1. That one is tapped over to the shortstop Mullins as he fires on 2 seconds. So the inning is over for the Chinooks, but not before the Oilers strike for 2 here. So Oilers lead this one early by a score of 2-0 after 2 innings. And we're back here in the top of the third as Joe Keel steps up to the plate for the Chinooks. As that first pitch misses for a ball. another one that kind of skips away from the catcher. So 2-0 early now to Joe Keel. That one is tapped right back to the pitcher. He fields it quickly and fires over to first. So 1 down now for the Chinooks.
Now batting number 24, Leo Harris.
And that'll bring up number 24, Leo Harris, who's starting out in right field for the 3rd game in a row. And certainly fulfilling his role as a utility player for the Chinooks this year. As that one is in there for called strike 1, so 1-1 now. He has played right field, left field, first base, third base, and has come out of the bullpen a few times to pitch. So he has seen a multitude of different places on the field, as that one is high and inside. As the count moves to 3-1, so good hitter's count here for Harris. And, ooh, that one just catches the inside corner as Harris tosses his bat over, and he thought it was ball 4, but the count moves full at 3-2. And that one downstairs, so ball 4 now to Leo Harris.
Now batting number 15, John Mark Mullins.
So that'll bring up the leadoff hitter with 1 out. John Mark Mullins steps up to the plate here. As that one's outside for ball 1. So with Will Batts out, as I said earlier, Mullins has assumed the role of leadoff hitter past few games here, as that one is fouled high and out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by Liz Dalton.
So sliding up from his usual 2 spot into the leadoff spot. As throw over to first, and Harris makes it back in time. So 1 ball and 1 strike now to Mullins. Posey fires in, and that catches the outside corner. It will look like a fastball, so 1-2 here to John Mark Mullins. As Harris, a good lead, but that one is downstairs. Breaking ball, good eye from Mullins, so 2-2 now. As another move over to first. A bit closer this time, but Harris makes it back safely once again. As he has a fairly aggressive primary lead over there at first base, and he takes off. And he is in there with a stolen base, so the count moves full to Mullins as that pitch missed outside. A good throw down from Rosema, but Harris able to reach his hand in there as he swipes second. So runner in scoring position here now. That one is fouled down the third baseline and out of play. So the count remains full to Mullins, but an RBI opportunity here with only 1 down, and Harris at second base, and so with his speed, a well-placed single could certainly score a run, as that one is in the dirt. And so back-to-back walks here from Mason Posey, the starting pitcher tonight for the Whalers. And so that brings up the designated hitter, Hayden Keller, in the 2-hole today. So that one is sliced down the third base line, but foul. So 0-1 now to Keller, who normally plays left field, but I'm assuming with the pitching he did, as that one's in there for called strike 2. The pitching that he did last night, they're probably wanting to rest his arm a little bit, but they'd like to keep his bat in the lineup, so they'll just designate to hit him for the night. As that one is on the appeal, they say he went, so with first base occupied, he is down on strikes. And that'll bring up Josh Scheck,
Number 35, Josh Scheck.
the first baseman, who will bat in the left-handed batter's box against the right-handed Posey. We had 2 outs here and runners on first and second, as that breaking ball misses outside. And that one is tapped down the first baseline, but foul as it rolls past the first base coach, Mark Ortiz, from the Masters University. So 1-1 now to Scheck, as Posey looks back Harris at second base. So the 1-1 is ripped over the first baseman. Going to be kind of a tough play as he flips over to first. And Posey is there just in time, as Scheck was digging down the first base line, but the Whalers are able to get out of that one without allowing a run. So going into the bottom of the third here, the Chinooks looking to get a quick inning and get their bats out back on the field. And we're back here in the bottom of the third, as Johnny Olmstead will lead things off for the Whalers. As that one misses downstairs for ball 1. And 1-0 Just misses inside. Not a bad pitch there from Sundine. But the count moves to 2-0. That one is ripped into center field. But Colby Ferris ranging over to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Now batting left fielder number 18, Garrett Pennington.
And so that'll bring up the left fielder, number 18, Garrett Pennington, who is 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out. As Sundine looking for a quick inning here. That one just misses inside. Oh, the 1-0 to Pennington. High and outside for ball 2. As that pitch is swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch from Sundine. Gets him back in this at-bat as count moves to 2-1. As that one is tapped down the third base line, but foul. So 2-2 now to Sundine. So 2-2 pitch from Sundine. Swung on and popped into shallow right center as Harris comes on and kind of reaches out at the last second, but makes the play for the second out of the inning. So 2 down now as Dylan Ditzenberger will step up to the plate. So Ditzenberger 1 for 1 on the night with single, as that one is tapped softly over to Patty McCrimmon at second. He fields it quickly and fires over to first. So the Oilers are down 1-2-3 off of a quick inning from Zach Sundine. So heading into the top of the fourth, the Chinooks looking to get something going on offense here. And we are back here in the top of the fourth as Johnny Graham leads off for the second time tonight, as that one is fouled straight back.
Foul ball brought to you by Gary and Sharon Hale.
So Graham batting in the 4-hole tonight, as that one is tapped on kind of a check swing, but foul for strike 2. So the 0-2 now to Graham. A swing on a miss in the dirt. It's Graham down on strikes. So one down now brings up Colby Ferris,
Now batting number 25, Colby Ferris.
who has the lone hit for the Chinooks tonight off of a single in second, as that one is popped high into shallow right field as Olmsted ranging back and making the play in fairly shallow right field for the second out of the inning. So that brings up Joe Brazil with 2 outs.
Number 8, Joe Brazil.
As that one's high and inside for ball 1. So the 0-1 now to Brazil. High and inside. Almost the exact same pitch as the previous one, so 2-0 now to Brazil. And another one high and inside, so 3-0 now to Brazil. As that one's in there for called strike 1. So good bounce back pitch there from Mason Posey. A good hitter's count here as once again high and inside. So 4 pitches in almost the exact same spot. Has Joe Brazil on with a 2-out walk.
Now batting number 5, Patty McCormick.
And that brings up Patty McCormick, who popped out in his first at bat. As that one is tapped softly over towards the shortstop as Antonsen settles under it and makes the play. So the side is retired for the Chinooks, and Zach Sundine will come back out and look to keep the score where it is as the Oilers lead 2-0 here going into the bottom of the 4th. And we are back here in the bottom of the 4th as Bryce Marsh steps up for the Oilers and takes that one on the inside corner for strike one. As that one's inside for ball one. So 1-1 now to Marsh. And that one just inside. Not a bad miss from Sundine. So 2-1 now. That one is ripped over as Sheck snags it and jogs over to first for the first out of the inning. So with one down, up comes Andrew Soika, who flew out to the center fielder in his first at bat.
Now batting right fielder Andrew Soika.
That one is popped very high, drifting over and out of play in the stands down the third baseline.
Remember, fans, that foul ball is worth a 50-cent off. Take it to the scoop shack. Snack shack, whatever.
As that one is tapped over to McCormick. He comes on, scoops it up, and fires off of one leg for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 23, Grant Rosma.
And that brings up number 23, Grant Rosma, for the Oilers here. Is that pitch miss for ball one? So, and that pitch misses. So 2-0 quickly to Rosma. That one's in there for called strike one. So good bounce back pitch. And 2-1 now to Rosma. And a big swing and miss there on what looked to be an off-speed pitch. So 2s across the board. We had 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. As Zach Sundine fires and catches the outside corner on a really good backdoor breaking ball there. So he gets Rosma looking. And another 1-2-3 inning for Zach Sundine, as the Chinooks go into the top of the 5th here, looking to get on the board.
Joe Keel.
And we are back here in the top of the fifth as Joe Keel leads things off for the Chinooks. And takes that first pitch inside for ball one. And that one is flown into shallow right center as the center fielder, Ditzenberger, ranging over and making the play. So one down for the Chinooks here. As Leo Harris steps up to the plate now.
Number 24, Leo Harris.
The right fielder for the Chinooks tonight. He walked his first time up and then swiped second. But the Chinooks were not able to bring him in as the score remained 0-2. As that one is in there for called strike one. So 1-1 now to Harris. He taps that one into shallow right. And coming on is Soika, and he makes the play. So 2 down quickly for the Chinooks. So Mason Posey looking very good for the Oilers here. Through 4 2/3, he has struck out 5 and only allowed 3 walks and 1 hit. As John Mark Mullins steps up to the plate and takes that one. A curveball in for called strike one. So 1-0 now to Mullins. And that one is high and outside for ball one. As that one is swung on and missed. As count moves to 1-2. And that ball in the dirt.
Sharon, it's 1 and 2.
So 2-2 now
Okay.
to Mullins.
That's fine. Thanks.
As that pitch misses just downstairs, so good eye from Mullins there. As the count moves full. And a breaking ball inside as Mullins, with his second walk of the night now, has runner on first with 2 outs, and Hayden Keller will step up to the plate.
Number 12, Hayden Keller.
So Mullins takes his lead at first, and the first offering to Keller is outside for ball one. As Mullins takes off, and Keller lines it hard into center field, but right to Ditzenberger. So with Mullins taking off for a second, the side is now retired for the Chinooks. And they'll go into the bottom of the fifth here, looking to keep the score where it's at. we are back here in the
Owen Christie.
bottom of the fifth as Owen Christie leads things off for the Oilers. He is 1 for 1 on the day as Christie takes off for first. I'm not sure. They're debating on if it was a foul ball or not. And the umpires will confer. And they will award first base to Christie. As Sundine looks a little confused there on that one. And Coach Groth will come out and ask for an explanation. So Owen Christie with a leadoff hit by pitch. Brings up Cole Moore, the third baseman, with no outs here. As pickoff move from Sundine, but Christie makes it back safely. So Cole Moore here, 1 for 2 on the night. The ground out and a single. It's a big swing and a miss there from Moore. And a breaking ball from Sundine on the outside half of the plate. So 0-1 here as another pickoff move from Sundine. So pitch out as they fire back to first, and ooh, a close play, but Christie making it back just in time. As a quick pitch there from Sundine and a pitch out. As they were trying to get the runner, but he makes it back safely. So 1-1 now to Cole Moore. As he squares to bunt, but pulls back for ball 2. So 2-1 now. As Christie gets his lead, and another pickoff move from Sundine. As Christie takes off, and ground ball up the middle. Mullins looks at second quickly, but Christie almost on top of the bag by the time Mullins got the ball, so he wisely fires over to first and gets the first out of the inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 24, Trevor Antonsen.
And that'll bring up Trevor Antonsen for the Oilers here, with 1 out and a runner on second here in the bottom of the fifth. And that pitch misses downstairs for ball 1. Christie gets his lead at second. And that one is tapped foul. And Joe Keel will go out to go over the signs with his pitcher. As with a runner on second here. They often look to switch up the signs with a runner on second so that he's not able to convey the signs to the batter and essentially tell him what's coming. So the 1-1 now from Sundine is just a bit downstairs for ball 2. So 2-1, swung on and tapped foul as he was well ahead of that one. So 2-2 now to Trevor Antonsen. It catches the inside corner for called strike 3. As Antonsen kind of looked to lean into that one a little bit, but it catches the inside corner. And so a big second out there for Zach Sundine as he gets Antonsen down on strikes. And that brings up Johnny Olmstead for the Oilers, who has grounded out and flown out in his first 2 at-bats. And a good breaking ball with a big swing and a miss from Olmstead. So Zach Sundine gets ahead on the first pitch. So 0-1 now. Upstairs for ball 1. So Sundine here looking to do enough to keep his team in this ball game and give his bats an opportunity to retake this lead, as that one is popped high but drifting foul over the stands and out of play. So the 1-2 now from Sundine as Christie gets his lead at second. And a good pitch on the inside corner, but just misses. So 2-2 now. So 2s across the board with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and runner on second. As Olmstead steps out to reset. And the 2-2 pitch from Sundine as Christie takes off for third. And Christie is gunned out. So the pitch misses for ball 3, but with Christie trying to swipe third, he gets gunned out. And the Chinooks looking to get something going here in the top of the 6th there. And we are back here in the top of the sixth as Josh Sheck leads things off for the Chinooks and takes that breaking ball in for called strike one. So Sheck 0 for 2 on the night as another breaking ball in there for strike two. So 1-2 now to Sheck. A fastball in the dirt. Good eye from Sheck there. As the count moves to 1-2. And a break ball in the dirt, so good eye from Sheck as count moves to 2-2. And a swing and a miss there from Sheck. He certainly wanted that one, but swings and misses. So one down for the Chinooks here as Johnny Graham will now step up to the plate for the Chinooks, the 4-hole hitter tonight. And that one is tapped foul down the third base line. And that one bounces off the plate, it looked like, and gets by the catcher for ball one. That one is well upstairs. So 2-1 now to Graham as he looks to get something going for quiet offense of the Chinooks so far tonight, as that one is fouled straight back. And the count now at 2-2. As the umpire says, hold on just a minute. And so Posey will step off and reset. And we're ready to go. As that one drills Graham. And it looked like a breaking ball that might have gotten away from Posey a little bit, but Johnny Graham is on with a hit by pitch here with one out in the top of the sixth here as Colby Ferris steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the night with the lone hit for the Chinooks as he swings and misses on that one. As he turns on that one and is driven out to left field, and it will get down. So extra bases for Colby Ferris as Johnny Graham is into third, and Colby Ferris with a one-out double here has the Chinooks in business for the first time tonight. And that will bring up Joe Brazil here with one out. And the tying run now standing on second base. As first pitch swung on and missed from Brazil. A good breaking ball there from Posey. As that one is flown high and deep into right field and drifting foul, making the catch, but tagging is Johnny Graham from third, and he is in there safe. A great throw from Soika as he made the catch out in right field. And fires at home, but Johnny Graham beats out the throw, and the Chinooks are on the board.
Now batting number 5, Patty McCormick.
So that'll bring up Patty McCormick now. We have 2 outs and the tying run standing on third. As that one is tapped softly down the third base line and bounces just foul. That one was about as close as you can get to being a fair ball, but foul, and probably a good thing for McCormick there, as third baseman fielded it cleanly, so he more than likely would have been thrown out. As 0-1 on the outside corner for called strike 2, so McCormick down 0-2 here quickly. As he swings on that one and fouls it back on a very defensive swing there.
Yeah.
But a good job there from McCormick to
Well, my wife would be happy, but I don't really
spoil that one and stay alive here as the count remains 0-2. As that ball is in the dirt. Good breaking ball there, but an even better eye from McCormick as he takes that one.
Yeah.
That one is ripped into left field, going over his Pennington, and he makes the catch in foul territory for the third out of the inning. So Posey gets out of it, but the Chinooks able to score 1 and cut this Oilers lead now to 2-1
Moment and recognize
as we head into the bottom of the 6th. And we are back here in the bottom of the 6th as leading off for the Oilers is Johnny Olmstead. As that one is tapped over to third baseman Brazil. He fields it cleanly and fires over for the first out of the inning. So Olmstead worked it all the way to a full count in the previous inning, but on the final pitch,
now batting left fielder number 18.
Christie was thrown out at third. So his at bat, Olmstead's at bat, I should say, did not officially count, as that pitch is a ball to Garrett Pennington. So Olmstead leads this inning off and grounds out. As check swing there, and no, he did not, says the first base umpire. So 2-0 to Garrett Pennington. That one is ripped into right center field and down for a single. And so Garrett Pennington on with a one-out single.
Now batting center fielder, number 9, Dylan Ditzenberger.
So that'll bring up the center fielder, Dylan Ditzenberger, with one out now and a runner on first. As that one's in there for called strike one. So Ditzenberger, 1 for 2 on the day with a single that came around to score. And a ground out as a swing and a miss there on a good pitch from Sundine. So 0-2 now to Ditzenberger. As that breaking ball misses outside. Not a bad idea from Sonny there, trying to get Ditzenberger reaching, but 1-2 now. That one is tapped softly over to Patty McCrimmon at second. He flips to Mullins, and Mullins kind of slips on the throw. And so a bad throw from Mullins. And Josh Scheck steps up to scoop it. So Ditzenberger will reach on a fielder's choice as Pennington thrown out at second. And so Bryce Marsh up now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. As that one misses inside. And that one is ripped down the first base line, but foul. So 1-1 now to Marsh. Breaking ball. Tapped high and out of play. So 1-2 now. So the 1-2 pitch from Sundine. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. A good pitch there from Sundine to end this inning. So he gets out of that one off of the 1-out single from Garrett Pennington. He's able to keep this game where it's at. So going into the top of the 7th, the Chinooks trail 1-2. are back here in the top of the 7th. As leading off for the Chinooks is catcher Joe Keel, who, even though he's batting in the 8-hole tonight, is leading off for the 3rd time tonight. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. And that one upstairs. Is now pitching for the Oilers is number 16, Jacob Dillon, out of the University of Kansas, as that one runs in and tags Joe Keel, so he will get on a leadoff hit by pitch. So fair amount of hit by pitches tonight, as that makes now 4 between the two teams.
Now batting number 24, Leo Harris.
And it looks like we will have a pinch runner for Joe Keel, as Cal Campbell will replace him at first base.
Number 20 for the Chinooks, Cal Campbell.
And so that'll bring up Leo Harris as the tying run now on first base with no outs here. And Harris squares to bunt and pulls back, but it's in there for called strike 1. And Harris squares around to bunt again. And he gets this one down, and it's a good bunt. And he's got a chance to beat it out, and he does. An infield bunt right down the first base line. He couldn't have placed that one any better, as he was probably just trying to move the runner over, but he beats it out for an infield single.
Now batting number 15, John Mark Mullins.
So that'll bring up John Mark Mullins, with runners now on first and second, and nobody out. As he takes that one low for ball 1. Good eye there for Mullins. As he squares to bunt once again. As a throwback. And Cal Campbell is safe at third on the back pick to second base. And the throw down to third, and Cole Moore is not happy. He's really giving it to the umpire there. And the coach now coming out. And the coach giving it to the umpire, and the coach gets tossed now. So the coach probably just going out there to protect his players. And he gets tossed. And now he's talking to the other umpire. And certainly giving him an earful as he walks off the field. So 2-0 now to John Mark Mullins. And runners on the corners now, with no outs. As Marsh holding Harris at first. And a to pick over to first, but Harris makes it back safely. As that one is in for called strike one to Mullins. So 2-1 now to him. As Harris gets his lead at first. And that one is tapped back and foul. So the count moves even at 2-2. So the 2-2 pitch now to John Mark Mullins is on the inside corner for called strike three. So he goes down looking for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Hayden Keller, the designated hitter for the Chinooks, with Cal Campbell still on third, the tying run, and Leo Harris the go-ahead run, standing on first with one out here in the top of the seventh. That one is and outside for ball one. And high and outside once again. So good hitters count here for Hayden Keller as the count moves to 2-0. So that one is fouled straight back and out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by Brendan Fry.
So 2-1 now to Hayden Keller, the lefty out of Northwest Nazarene. And that one on the inside corner for strike two. So 2-2 now to Keller as he looks to, at the very least, tie this ball game here. And Harris takes off for second. A fly ball out into left field. It's drifting over and gets out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by the Dillon family from Kansas.
Over into the Chinooks bullpen there. So count remains at 2-2. So that one is ripped into center field. Harris rounding second. Cal Campbell will come in to score. So a one-out RBI single from Hayden Keller has the Chinooks tied here in the top of the seventh inning. And they've got an opportunity here to take the lead with runners on first and second and only one out. And Josh Scheck stepping up to the plate. And that one misses upstairs for ball one. And that one swung on and missed by Scheck. A big swing there, but cannot connect as the count moves to 1-1. So a great start from Mason Posey for the Oilers. He went 6 innings, allowing only one run. As that one is outside for ball two. But Jacob Dillon coming in relief here has given up the lead and in danger of giving up even more to the Chinooks here, as that one is in the dirt. And the count moves to, I believe, 3-1. Scoreboard says only 2-1 though, so, but it is. So ball 4 as a bit of confusion there, as the scoreboard only said 2-1. However, the count was 3-1. And now the base is loaded after the 1-out walk from Josh Sheck. Triggers a mound visit from the Oilers manager here, as he goes out to calm down Dylan. Gives him a little tap and says, "You got it," as he'll look to get out of this jam and keep the game tied. But for the Chinooks here, base is loaded, and Johnny Graham steps up to the plate with only 1 out, and he fouls that one back and out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by Karen and Eric Ryder.
So 0-1 now to Johnny Graham, as that one just outside. Not a bad miss from Dylan there. But the count moves even at 1-1. So the go-ahead run for the Chinooks just 90 feet away now. That one is driven up the middle, a hopper. He flipped it to second and over to first for the double play. And the Oilers get out of that jam. And so the score will remain tied. Here going into the bottom of the 7th inning. And we are back here in the bottom of the 7th. And leading off for the Oilers is number 22, Andrew Soika. As the first pitch from Sundine misses outside for ball 1. That one is tapped high into straightaway left field, and Johnny Graham drifts over to make the catch, and there is one down here in the bottom of the 7th. So that'll bring up the catcher. Number 23, Grant Rosema, who is 0 for 1 on the night. We had a hit by pitch in the 2nd inning and then a strikeout in the 4th. And he takes that one for called strike 1. And now Matt Magno will replace Joe Keel, as that was in there for called strike 2. So after Cal Campbell pinch ran for Joe Keel, Matt Magno will take over, as that one is downstairs for ball 1. So the 1-2 now to Rosema, outside. So the count even now, 2-2 to Rosema. And swung on and missed. So good job there from Sundine, getting the whiff from Rosema. As there are now 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th here. As Sundine working quickly once again.
Number 11, Owen Christie.
As that one is tapped over to Patty McCormick, he fields it cleanly, sets his feet, and throws over to first. So a quick 1-2-3 inning. And the Chinooks looking to build on this momentum and get a lead here in the top of the 8th inning. And we are back here in the top of the 8th, and leading off things for the Chinooks is Colby Ferris, as that one is inside for ball 1. Call the 1-0 outside for ball 2 here. That one way outside. Looks like that one kind of got away from Dylan there, as it bounced in the other batter's box. So 3-0 now to Colby Ferris. And that one catches the inside corner, so 3-1 now. Good hitter's count to Ferris, as he looks to lead things off here for the Chinooks. That one is ripped down the third base line, but well foul. So full count now to Colby Ferris. As he swings on that one and misses. So one down now. And that brings up Joe Brazil, who is 0 for 1 on the night with a walk, a strikeout, and a sacrifice fly. As that one is tapped over the shortstop. Antonsen comes on, fields it cleanly, and fires over to first for the second out of the inning. So Patty McCormick comes up to the plate now, looking to spark something for the offense here. The first offering just downstairs to Patty McCormick. One is fouled back and out of play. So McCormick 0 for 3 on the day, with a pop out, line out, and a fly out. So driving the ball fairly well, but has not reached base yet. That one is tapped foul by the Oilers dugout. So 1 and 2 now to McCormick with 2 outs. And that one catches the inside corner. A good breaking ball there from Dylan. Gets the Chinooks down 1, 2, 3. And so we will head into the bottom of the 8th, with the top of the lineup due up for the Oilers. And we're back here in the top of the 8th as the leadoff hitter for the Oilers, number 14, Cole Moore, will get things going. That one is fouled back for strike 1. So Sundine having a solid night so far. He's pitched 7 innings, allowing 2 runs off of 4 hits so far, as that one misses just low for ball 1. And he is back out here for his 8th inning of work, which is something that we've become used to with him. And that one's in there for called strike one. As in his last 2 starts, he went a complete game winner. And then in his most recent start, he pitched all but the final out of the game. So certainly he's been going very deep into ball games here. And it's count now 2-2 to Cole Moore. And that one swung on and missed in the dirt. Magno picks it up and fires on to check it first for the first out of the inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 24, Trevor Antonsen.
And that brings up shortstop, number 24, Trevor Antonsen. We have 1 out now. That is flown very high into shallow left field. Well, foul, and Joe Brazil over by the fence jumps to make a play, but it lands safely. Foul.
Remember, fans, if you get that foul ball, take it to the scoop shack for a 50-cent off ticket for anything in the concession stand.
So the 0-1 in the dirt. And count now 1-1 to Antonsen. One is ripped and snagged out of the air by Joe Brazil. A great play there, as what would have likely been extra bases. But Brazil snags that line drive out of the air for the second out of the inning. And that brings up
Second baseman, number 7, Johnny Olmstead.
Johnny Olmstead, the second baseman, who is 0 for 3 tonight. With a couple of ground outs and a fly out. And that one's in for called strike one. So Sundyne working quickly. His pitch count at about 100 pitches right now. So that one misses outside. I'm not sure the exact number, but I believe it's something like 102 or 103, something like that. And that one in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-1 now to Olmstead with 2 outs here. A breaking ball that misses the plate inside. So 3-1. Good hitter's count to John Olmstead. That one is flown very high, but well foul as it sails over into the parking lot. So 3-2 now to Johnny Olmstead. That one is driven into center field, fairly shallow, but Kobe Ferris comes in to make the catch. So a 1-2-3 eighth sends us into the 9th inning with this one all knotted up at 2 apiece. And we are back here in the top of the ninth as Matt Magno steps up to the plate. And that one outside for ball one. That one ripped deep into right field, but right to Soika as he settles under it for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up
Number 24, Leo Harris.
Leo Harris, the right fielder tonight, with one out here in the top of the ninth as the Chinooks look to break this tie here as that one's fouled straight back. So that breaking ball in the dirt as they appeal to first, and they say he did not go. So 1-1 now to Leo Harris. As that one is tapped foul and bounces around the Chinooks dugout. So 1-2 now to Harris. As that one outside and maybe a bit low. Not a bad miss there from Dylan. But the count moves to 2-2. And that one swung on and missed. So 2 down now for the Chinooks.
Number 15, John Mark Mullins.
And that brings up John Mark Mullins with 2 outs here. He is 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts, but he also has 2 walks. So on base percentage for the night is .500. That one is swung on and missed. So 0-1 to Mullins now, as he swings and misses at that one. So quickly down 0-2 off of 2 big swing and misses. And he goes down on strike, so a good inning there from Jacob Dylan. And so we head into the bottom of the ninth. The score's still tied at 2 apiece. we are back here in the bottom of the ninth as Garrett Pennington steps up to the plate. As that one is in there for called strike one from Zach Sundine, who back out again for his ninth inning of work. So for his third appearance in a row, making it into the ninth inning, as that one is tapped down the third baseline and foul. So 0-2 quickly here to Pennington. That one is flown high and out of play down the first base line. So this has been a very tight game so far. A real pitcher's duel, which as that one is swung on and missed for the first out of the inning. So Zach Sundine still looking sharp. Out for his ninth inning of work, but as I was saying, a real pitcher's duel, which is something we have not been accustomed to this week, as I believe the average runs per game between the two teams this week is either 15 or 16, so a lot of scoring done this week. As that one catches the outside corner. And that one fouled back.
Foul ball brought to you by the Alaska Driving Academy.
So 1-2 now to Dylan Ditzenberger. As he calls time to reset. And that one fouled. Straight back as Ditzenberger stays alive. The count remains 1-2. So Ditzenberger 1 for 3 on the night. He had a single that came around to score for the first run of the game, and then grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice as that one's driven into left field, tailing, and Johnny Graham comes in to make the play. So 2 down now.
First baseman number 21, Bryce Marsh.
So that'll bring up the first baseman, Bryce Marsh, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. So 1 out away from sending this thing to extras, as that catches the inside corner for called strike 1. That one flown very high, but straight to Joe Brazil as he settles under it, and the side is retired 1-2-3. So some free baseball tonight as we will head to the top of the 10th inning as the score remains tied 2-2. And we are back here in the top of the 10th inning as Hayden Keller leads off things for the Chinooks. And John Mark Mullins will start on second due to the international rules that the Alaska Baseball League has adopted this year. So Keller squares to bunt, and he gets it down. That's a good bunt. He could beat that out. And that is a infield single off of the bunt from Hayden Keller. So he does not only his job of moving the runner over third, but he reaches safely on an infield single.
Now batting number 35, Josh Scheck.
So that brings up Josh Scheck with no outs here and runners on the corners, as the Chinooks look to break this tie. That one is flown high and deep, but well out of play for strike one.
Foul ball brought to you by Rookie.
As that one is fouled back. So 0-2 now to Scheck. As Hayden Keller takes off for second, but Scheck fouls that one. Down and out of play.
Foul ball brought to you by Eyewear Express.
That one is driven into center field for a base hit. So the Chinooks have the lead off of back-to-back doubles from Hayden Keller and Josh Scheck here in the top of the 10th.
Now batting number 22, Johnny Graham.
So that brings up Johnny Graham with no outs here and runners on first and second. That one is flown very high into straightaway center field. Keller faking a tag and the throw to third. So Johnny Graham goes down for the first out of the inning. So the Chinooks up 3-2 here,
Now batting number 25,
looking to
Harris.
give themselves a bit more of a cushion here. As Kobe Ferris drills that one, and they're sending Hayden Keller home. The throw to the plate is over the head of the catcher, so Hayden Keller will score off of the single to left field by Colby Ferris. And the Chinooks now lead 4-2. not sure what the coach is arguing right now.
At least he's going to talk about it.
So the umpires confer, and
Now batting number 8, Joe.
nothing comes of it. So with one out now, runners still on first and second. And that brings up Joe Brazil. As the Chinooks lead 4-2 now. And that one tapped back. And foul. As that one high and inside for ball one. So count even at 1-1. And that one upstairs. So 2-1 now to Joe Brazil as the Chinooks look to continue this rally and give themselves a bit more of a cushion here. And a big swing and a miss there for Brazil as count moves even once again at 2-2. That one is driven very high, but shallow center field. As Itzenberger comes in and makes a play. So 2 down now. Here in the 8th.
Now batting number 5, Patty McCormick.
That brings up Patty McCormick. Now one tapped up middle as Antonsen snags it and steps on second base, but the Chinooks strike for 2 here in the top of the 10th inning as they now lead 4-2, excuse me, going into the bottom of the 10th. So we'll see if Zach Sundine comes out to try and finish this game off. are back here in the bottom of the 10th as Andrew Soika leads off for the Oilers. And Bryce Marsh will start on second base. As Sundine looks him back. So the ABL adopting the same rule as the MLB here this year, where at the start of extra innings, the last batter of the previous inning will start the game or start the inning, I should say, on second base. So 0-1 here to Soika. That one is tapped. Foul over by the Chinooks dugout there. So 0-2 now to Soika as Zach Sundine here out for his 10th inning of work as he looks for the complete game here. And a big swing and miss there from Soika. And Zach Sundine made him look foolish there as he swings on a breaking ball outside. So one down now as I believe we have a pinch hitter here, but I'm not sure who it is.
Jersey number 3 now.
I believe that is John Hanley. Pinch hitting here in the 10th inning.
Pinch hitting for the Oilers from Santa Clara University, number 39, John Hanley.
So with one down now, that one is popped straight up, and Patty McCormick will set her under it and make the play. So 2 down now. In the bottom of the 10th. So Zach Sundine 1 out away here from going the distance as Owen Christie steps up to the plate with 2 outs and Bryce Marsh still on second base. Christie 1 for 2 on the night with a single and a hit by pitch as that one misses downstairs and scoots by Magno, but he hurries back to grab it and the runner will stay at second. So the 1-0 from Sundine. Breaking ball catches the inside corner for called strike 1. So 1-1 now. As Christie calls time once again as Sundine really taking his time up here now. Usually is looking to work quickly. Taking his time up there now. And that one swung on and missed. As Christie's arm guard comes flying off on the big swing. But 1-2 now to Christie. 1-2 upstairs for ball 2. So 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. And that one runs in on Christie and hits him. So a hit by pitch there. And that means the tying run is on first base now, with Cole Moore stepping up to the plate. Number 14, the leadoff hitter, is 1-4 on the night with 2 groundouts, a single, and a strikeout. Is that breaking ball upstairs for ball 1? So the 0-1 from Sundine. And just misses outside. Not a bad pitch there, but outside for ball 2. So the 2-0 for Moore here, as Sundine certainly doesn't want to walk him, as that would put the tying run on second base. And a breaking ball inside. So 3-0 now to Moore. As it doesn't look like there's any action in the Chinooks bullpen, so it would appear that this is Sundine's game all the way, as he is just 1 out away from getting out of this. And that one in for a called strike, so good bounce back there. As count moves to 3-1. So 3-1 to Moore. Swung on, foul down the third base line. And the count moves full. So full count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. And this is what you dream of if you are a kid, with the tying run sitting on first base. The 3-2 pitch from Sundine is a breaking ball in there, and it catches the inside corner for strike 3. So the Chinooks win this one in dramatic fashion. And what a way to end the week on what was a eventful week of play. And what a game from Zach Sundine. So Sundine with the complete game, is second in his previous 3 starts. So he goes the distance. Pitching 10 innings with only 2 runs allowed off of 4 hits, and a walk with 9 strikeouts on the evening. So a phenomenal night from him. And the Chinooks are able to pull this one out in extra innings tonight. So after dropping the first 3, the Chinooks and this weekend about as good as they could, winning last night by a score of 15-7, and then tonight 4-2 in 10 innings. So final score, Chinooks 4 runs off of 7 hits and no errors over the Oilers, who scored 2 runs off of 4 hits and no errors. So the Chinooks build their lead as they maintain second place in the ABL, as that more and more seems like the place they will be locked into to end this season, as the Miners are very securely in first place, and the Chinooks now separating themselves as the number 2 team here. But they have 2 more road games in Anchorage, I believe on Monday and Wednesday. And then they will finish the season out on a 6-game home stretch. So we will be back, and I believe my partner Tyler will be back on Monday. So for those of you who missed him, he will be back. But I have certainly enjoyed this time here in Kenai, getting to call these games. And I hope you have enjoyed them too, as the Chinooks take the final 2 games here in Kenai. And my name has been Aaron Davis, and I've enjoyed calling this for you, and I will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend.